You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Wednesday evening. I'm Ken Bufa. Congressman George Santos is calling the criminal case against him a witch hunt. The Republican lawmaker is making the claim after pleading not guilty to 13 federal charges. We have team coverage beginning with our Cecilia Dowd, who was inside the Central Islip courtroom when Santos was arraigned.
Congressman George Santos is facing a 13-count indictment charged with fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and lying to the House of Representatives. The lawmaker, made famous for a web of lies on his resume, entered a plea of not guilty.
Now I'm going to have to go and fight to defend myself. The reality is it's a witch hunt.
He's accused of using money from donors for his campaign on personal expenses, including on designer clothing. He allegedly lied to the House, claiming he made a $750,000 salary and received millions in dividends. And prosecutors say he received thousands of dollars in unemployment benefits, even though he didn't qualify because he was working. Santos addressed that after his arraignment.
This is inaccurate information, and I will get to clear my name on this. During the pandemic, it wasn't very clear. I don't understand where the government's getting their information, but I will present my facts. My employment was changed during the time.
The congressman says he still plans on running for re-election. His next court date is scheduled for June 30th. The U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District said in a statement, taken together, the allegations in the indictment charge Santos with relying on repeated dishonesty and deception to ascend to the halls of Congress and enrich himself. Santos was released on a $500,000 bond, which is being put up by 3 people.
I'm going to deliver. I'm going to fight the witch hunt. I'm going to take care of clearing my name, and I look forward to doing that.
Reporting from Central Islip, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
Thank you, Cecilia. Now, some residents in the 3rd Congressional District have been calling on Santos to resign for months. Newsday TV's Steve Langford spoke with constituents today and continues our team coverage.
On Main Street in Port Washington, word that their local congressman was at that very moment in federal custody, arrested on charges of wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and making false statements regarding his campaign finances, had people talking.
What can I say? Ready for a special election.
Let the system take care of the problem, whatever that may be.
He certainly should be representing this district in Congress. I thought he would have the grace to retire.
This woman says she cast her vote for George Santos last fall before the stories began to come out.
Oh, well, he should have went to jail. He's not above the law.
Over in Massapequa, reaction to the congressman's 13-count federal indictment laid bare a spirited divide.
Well, we know that that's not good. Okay, but is he proven guilty yet?
I think they finally got him.
The federal charge alleging George Santos applied for and received nearly $25,000 in unemployment benefits while holding down a job that paid nearly 5 times that amount shocked this Long Islander.
We pay our taxes so that those kind of funds go to the right thing, and I mean it's upsetting to hear that an elected official would take advantage of something like that.
Congressman Santos has entered a not guilty plea and is free on a $500,000 bond. Beyond the legal system, Congressman Santos may face another verdict on November 5th, 2024, when voters will render their judgment if Santos is still running again. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Now make sure to stay with Newsday for the latest breaking developments in the Santos case here on Newsday TV, on our app, and on Newsday.com. A Ronkonkoma man has been indicted for allegedly selling fentanyl pills and running over a Suffolk County police officer. Christian Castillo was arraigned on nearly a dozen charges today. Prosecutors say back in March, the 20-year-old tried to flee the scene of a fatal overdose in Lindenhurst. They say Castillo hit 2 police cars, then slammed into an officer so hard he went over the hood and into the windshield. Authorities say he was on the run for a month before he was arrested in Moriches. And the search for a missing boater continues off our South Shore. Suffolk Marine boats and divers were back in the Great South Bay today. Now, as Newsday has reported, James Jaronzik of Massapequa fell off his boat last Sunday in Babylon. His family says they will not stop looking until they can bring the 28-year-old home. And now to a story you'll see only in Newsday, nearly $700,000. That's the pay package for one of Long Island's top PSEG executives. Compensation for 7 of the utility's top managers range from $442,000 to up to nearly $700,000. Now, those numbers include bonuses, one of which was more than $160K. Newsday reporter Mark Harrington says critics could argue the money could be better used elsewhere.
Why are we paying so much to executives and such a high management fee when we could essentially put that money back into rates or put it into programs or other things for customers on Long Island?
Now, if you want to read more about PSEG Long Island paychecks and bonuses, at least if you have the stomach for it, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And only in Newsday, the Wyandanch School District has missed its chance to keep its Warriors team name. State education officials say the deadline to file for an exemption was May 3rd. As Newsday has reported, the district had gotten the green light from the Shinnecock Indian Nation to keep the name as long as they got rid of native imagery. The district now has to pass a resolution by the end of this academic year to change their team name, mascot, and imagery or risk losing state funding. And 2 Long Island super students are being honored among the best and brightest in the nation. Sabrina Go and Kevin Zhu were named Presidential Scholars. The seniors who attend Syosset and Jericho High Schools were recognized for their accomplishments in academics, the arts, and career and technical education fields. Being named a Presidential Scholar is one of the nation's highest honors for high school students. All right, time now for your look at your Long Island weather. Tonight we have clear skies hanging around the 50s, and tomorrow it's warm with highs in the 70s. So let's take a look at tomorrow, shall we? Sunny, mostly sunny all day with highs reaching about 75. It's going to be a really nice day tomorrow. Now, some East End students are stargazing again. That's because a historic observatory just reopened. Newsday TV's Cecilia Dowd has that story in Riverhead.
A piece of Riverhead history resurrected. This observatory at Riverhead High School hadn't been used in years, but now after some sprucing up, students can once again aim for the stars.
It gives all the students a real experience of what it's like to look at the planets or look at the moon, look at the stars from a different perspective that we don't get to experience on a day-to-day basis.
The telescope, built in the 1930s, is a point of local pride. A man named John Elliott Young donated it to the high school in 1980. He died a few years later.
I'm trying to imagine Mr. Young here today, and you know something, he would look the same. He'd have his engineer's hat on, he'd have his work clothes on, and he'd be chewing on a toothpick.
In recent years, the high school observatory needed repairs.
The observatory, so it would not open. It would not spin around. So you couldn't even open it up and get the telescope out.
Thanks to the school district, town, and a local contractor who donated his services, the sky is once again the limit.
When do you get to take something from a book and then actually put it into practice and look at the night sky and see the rings of Saturn or the great red spot on Jupiter?
There's a 360-degree view of the sky. Now, you can change what you see simply by cranking this.
It's a very humbling experience when you look at the night sky and see the 6,000 stars in our sky and realize they're galaxies and they're planets and meteors and asteroids.
It's a good experience. I feel like everyone should come at least once.
Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
How cool is that? Now, for more on Historic Observatory, go to Newsday.com and click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Ross Matthews is about to take the stage at the Paramount, and our Lisa DiStefano spoke exclusively with him before the launch of his new tour.
Hello, Ross, or should I say headliner here at the Paramount?
I know, can you believe it?
Host of the Hello Ross podcast.
I'm exhausted, Teresa.
And co-host of the Drew Barrymore Show, Ross Matthews is known for bringing light and laughter to audiences.
And hello, we want as well. So.
Now he's bringing his brand new live show to Long Island.
The show's called I Got You Girl. I Got You Girl. Because it really is about that special relationship between a gay guy and his straight girl best friend. You know, like, there's nothing like it. We will hold your hair when you're throwing up, and I will French braid it while I'm back there. And this is a celebration of that. I do stand up. I'm up there doing jokes. I go out into the audience where nothing's off limits, especially after a few cocktails. Like, you can ask me anything. And then we're gonna play games with the audience, give away prizes. Maybe there'll be a surprise guest or two. You know, it's more of just a stand-up show. It's really an experience.
And how exciting to have your debut here at, now we could call it your hometown venue.
I know, you know, I moved here like about a year ago. My husband and I bought a house out here, and it's like my favorite place in the universe. I said, we're never leaving Long Island. And when they asked me, you know, where do you want to kick off this tour? I said, can we please do it down the street from the house? I want to do it here with my new friends, right? People like you, the people I get to meet on the streets here. All the material I'm doing, I'm for the first time here at the Paramount. But I mean, I'll talk about pop culture. I will be talking about what it's like moving to Long Island from the West Coast.
What's it like moving to Long Island from the West Coast?
I love it, for starters, but everyone's really loud. You know what I mean? Like, you go through a Home Goods and everyone's on their, like, a speakerphone. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my allergies. Oh, I had a Claritin D. Yeah, no, Claritin D. I was like, why is everyone so loud? And then I realized, because I'm loud and I'm gonna fit in just fine here on Long Island.
So if you're looking for laughs and a fun night out, Ross has got you, girls.
I Got You Girl's the name of the show because I got you, girl. You know what I mean? Like, come, let Uncle Ross take care of you for an hour and a half. I promise life's gonna be better when you leave.
For Newsday TV, Elisa DiStefano.
Sounds like an interesting show. Now, Ross's show is tomorrow in Huntington. And for more on him and his 3 favorite Long Island places, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.